Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is Duty CS, and in this video we're gonna learn all about delta, its hedging, its properties, how to maintain a hedge, delta neutral model, etc. So let's get started. Coming to delta and hedging, this is one of the most important part of the option trading. So if you see, delta option is ratio of change in the option price of the option by the change in the price of the underlying asset. So it is given by uh, let me take the pointer. It's given by delta is equal to uh, change in C by change in S, which is change in call option price by change in stock price. So if you see, the call option will range from 0 to +1, and put option will change from 0 -1 to 0. So it is because call option give a right to sell whenever the stock price increases, the option price, the value of the option increases. But for put option, it has a right to sell. So that's the difference between call and put option. Why the graph is plotted in such a way. So it is the basic idea behind delta is change in option price, whichever option is. If it is put, we'll use delta P, and change in stock price. Delta of futures and delta forwards. A call option which is equal to 0.6 means the price of call option on a stock will change approximately by 0.6 for 1% change in value of 6. So delta, as I have said earlier, it is equal to value of change in value of call divided by change in value of stock. So that's being explained here. Delta can be also calculated using ND1 formula of Black-Scholes Merton option model. So d1 is equal to ln into s divided by x plus rf plus sigma square divided by 2 into t divided by sigma multiplied by root t. So this is the formula used for d1, and we'll have to go to our table to find out nd1 value. Nd2 will be 1 minus nd1, so that will be delta. So the delta forward position for forward contracts will be equal to 1, since underlying asset and the forward contract will be related. One-to-one relation will be there. But for futures it is not the case. For futures, because of the dividend yield and all, there should be delta should be reduced by that yield because it is a positive yield. So delta will be equal to into r minus q raised to t. So it is not ordinarily 1 like in for forward position, but futures position is a little bit different. So coming to dynamic aspects of delta hedging, the dynamic aspect is that the delta changes, we need to change the positions so that our data neutral position gets unchanged. So the goal of data neutral portfolio is to combine the positions in an asset with a position in option so that the value of portfolio does not change with the changes in the value of asset. This can be achieved by using the formula number of options needed for delta hedge is equal to number of shares hedged divided by delta of the call option. So this is how we manage the number of options, so that the delta means the call option is equally or equal and opposite to changes in shares, so that the share position remains completely unhedged. If suppose we have a long position in an asset like a stock, not like a stock, in a stock, we'll be needing that much number of shares divided by delta number of uh, stock options, so that our position is fully hedged. So that is the dynamic aspect of. So this is how we calculate the number of options needed for hedging fully, that is it in a delta neutral way. So that's all about dynamic aspects of delta hedging. Coming to maintaining a hedge. So why is it important to maintain a hedge? Since we have already seen that the delta is equal to change in value of the call option divided by change in value of the stock. Whenever the stock changes, we'll be getting the equal and opposite effect from our call option, which is actually will not hold true for a very large range of changes in stock option. So for that we need to maintain the hedge. So delta neutral hedging is a delta neutral position only holds for a very small changes in value of underlying stock, not a very large position, because the cost of buying a lot of call option will be very huge That is the reason why uh, it only holds true for very small changes in underlying stock, because we cannot buy that much call option and lose that much premium. For hedging purposes, for speculation it is possible, but for hedging we cannot have that much uh, outflow of premium from our account. So that is one reason. So the delta neutral portfolio must be frequently rebalanced to maintain hedge. So now if you see, if you want a delta neutral position yet, you'll have to rebalance the position again and again, because the delta changes. So continuously maintaining a delta neutral position is very costly. That is the part of with this maintaining the hedge, that people are not into very much into option hedging, because it is very costly, because transaction cost, like as I have already explained to you, the transaction cost of options buying and selling is very high. So, and also the transaction and brokerage through which we will get these options will be high. So for either closing out position and selling additional contracts, so that will happen. So adjusting the hedge on a frequent basis is known as dynamic hedging. That's what maintaining a hedge actually means. We'll have to sell and buy these options so that we can keep it hedged in a delta neutral position. So there is two other um, uh, what do you call definitions that you need to learn. One is static hedging, dynamic hedging, and other one is hedge and forget strategy. So static hedging is commonly known as hedge and forget strategy, where initially we set up a hedge, like the delta is say 0.6, we'll set up a hedge based on that, and then we'll forget about it. But in dynamic hedging, what happens is we'll not forget about it, we'll keep on analyzing what is the delta again and again and again, and we'll then devise another, maybe we'll buy some more, we'll sell some more calls, and you'll buy some more calls, or whatever in a short and long position we have, we'll do accordingly, and we'll adjust our portfolio in a way that the risk is nil. So that's what dynamic hedging means. So all about maintaining the hedge is that we should be able to change our portfolio of options and stock, so that risk remains zero. This remains fully hedged. That is risk neutral position. We can go for dynamic, we can go for static. That's up to our up to us. So that's all about maintaining a hedge. One other strategy for hedging options is hedging portfolio, not portfolio stock, is using put options rather than using our call options. So it is like, and for a delta neutral position to be created, the value of puts is equal to minus the value of delta value of long stock position. So it is pretty simple. If you are losing if you have a call delta, maybe you have a 60,000 stock of a particular security, your delta is 0.6. So the call options that you need to purchase is 60,000 divided by 0.1, 0.6, which is equal to 1 lakh. So the put delta you need to purchase is 1 minus call delta. So the number of put options that you need to purchase will be 1,50,000 put options. So the same result will be given by the put option also, like writing a call, be having the put option purchase. So that much, that the same value or same result will be given by put option also. So this is one other type of hedging that can also be done instead of call writing. So for the long position of stock. As you already know, the delta of a stock is calculated by a change in call option divided by call option price divided by change in stock price, or change in put option value divided by change in stock price. This is like that because it is very straightforward. There might be only one stock and one call option, one type of call option pertaining to that particular stock. But what happens if we have a portfolio of stock that we need to hedge? So that is being addressed here. Delta of portfolio is given by nothing but the weighted portfolio value into delta of each option position. So suppose there are two stocks X and Y, its weight might be 0.6 and 0.4, then delta of X is equal to 0.6 and Y is equal to 0.4, let's say. So it'll be like 0.6 into delta of X and 0. Plus 0.4 into delta of Y. That is a total portfolio delta. Pretty straightforward calculation here. So that's all about delta of a portfolio. Hi guys, thanks for watching. If you like my video, like, share and subscribe. If you have any suggestion, comment. Thank you. Thanks for watching.